and welcome to this video on this amazing instrument that was made for me by Karl Anderson, my good friend. I've known Karl since 1980 when I started teaching him to play the guitar when he was just 20 years of age, and very soon after teaching him he got into making guitars himself. He made an amazing Strat copy which I used for many years on stage in the 80s and early 90s. My son actually uses the same guitar now in a club in Fuerteventura where he lives. Just before my 70th birthday a few years ago, I commissioned this lap steel from Karl, and he very graciously made it for me. I didn't pay anything for the labour. Karl did the whole thing for me for nothing and chucked in loads of extras as well. Really kind. Just here it says LT70, which are my initials and my age as it was when I had the lap steel built. It's actually very difficult setting up a shot to film something like this. So I've got most of the instrument in the shot, but perhaps the very ends are not quite there. But anyway, I'm not a lap steel player. I used to play pedal steel guitar about 15 years ago. I tried that for about a year and I did okay with it, but I never really got to grips with it properly, and I ended up selling it. I had a couple of them, sold them both. But I do like the lap steel. It's a sort of a cut down version, I suppose, of the pedal steel. This lap steel is special because it's got this Duesenberger palm bender. Now this one here bends the third string a semitone, and this one bends the second string a tone. This thing is beautifully built and it's beautifully painted. I suppose I'd call it a wine red colour. I won't bore you to death with all the specifications of this instrument. I'll put those in the description of this video. This weighs £8, so it's a pretty chunky instrument. Obviously you meant to put it on your lap to play it. I've just got it on this tabletop here just for the purposes of this video, and that's generally the way I play it. I'm playing it through Native Instruments Guitar Rig 6 software in Reason, but you know, I also play it through a little Vox practice amp and it sounds great through that. I tend to put a lot of effects on my playing. It's probably to hide my poor playing, but this sounds great, clean, dirty, chorus, delay, whatever, so you'll hear that a little bit later on. Karl used to work for Ford where he trained to be a mechanical engineer, I think the correct term is. He's a very clever guy, amazing at making things, fixing things. He once bought an E-type Jag and re-sprayed it himself and made a brilliant job of it. If I ever get something go wrong, I always turn to him and nearly always he can fix it. Currently he has a concert zither that I bought on eBay which is broken, and he's going to attempt to fix it, and knowing him I'm sure he'll be successful, and if he is I will show you that in a subsequent video. This is a tricolour candy pearl metallic red. I've got some photos that I'll put up on the screen as I'm talking, and you'll see, you know, how it looks on those, because this camera is only HD, it's not 4K. The body is made out of solid mahogany, and the fretboard is bird's eye maple. It's got these pearl inlays, of course. This headstock is solid aluminium, and he cut this using a computer and a CNC cutter, and it's clear anodised, and it's just amazing. You'll see this thing is just the outline of the head. This bit just, you know, I'll put my finger through there, but it's absolutely rock solid. This thing is built like a tank. Got this really nice nut here. Before I bought my pedal steel guitar back in 2009, I was actually looking at a Duesenberger lap steel which has this palm bender arrangement on it, and so when I asked Karl to make this, I said, could you put a palm bender on it? And you can actually buy these Duesenberger units without actually buying the guitar. And they're not cheap. I think they're a couple of £100, but they're, you know, amazing pieces of equipment, and it gives you that kind of pedal steel effect on a standard lap steel. The pickups are EMG Gibson 57 Classic Zebras. There's a load of other spec about it which I don't really understand, so I won't pretend to. I'll just put that in the description. You've got the three-way selector, usual thing. You've got 2 tone and 2 volumes per pickup. There's a 9-volt battery in the back of it. I tend to use the bridge pickup with the tone full on, but maybe that's just me being lazy, but you know, that always sounds fine for me. In case you can't see it, this is kind of a lower level here. This is like an upper level where my finger is here, and this is like a lower level here. So I'm just going to turn this over so you can see it. Hopefully this will stay in shot, and you'll see that it's really quite something. Obviously you've got the battery compartment there. You can get to all the the workings behind here, all the pots and things. I'm not going to unscrew that, but I can show you some photos of that. Sort of move it down a bit here. I mean, it really is a thing of beauty, isn't it? Really, really lovely. When Karl makes something, and he's made quite a few guitars over the years, and I've got another one here which I'm also going to show you and review in another video. He makes these from scratch. He doesn't get a kit off eBay or Amazon or something. This is a piece of wood which he carves out. Obviously he buys the pickups and he buys the hardware, but you know, he makes everything himself. He's got a workshop with some really lovely tools in it, power tools. If you're interested in having a custom built guitar, then get in touch with me and I'll get in touch with Karl and put the two of you together. Trust me, you won't be disappointed, because he just makes a great job of everything he does. I'm really no expert at this. I'm still learning. I've had a very busy time since Karl made me this guitar, and I haven't done it justice yet, sadly, but I'm hoping to find some more time to practice over the summer when I have my summer break. But I will try and play something now. I don't use a thumb pick when I play. I just play with my thumb and my fingers, and obviously you've got to keep your hand ready if you want to use these palm benders. So I've been working on Amazing Grace, and this tune shows off the palm benders and also show off my very inadequate playing, but I'll do my best to get through it and then you'll hear what it sounds like. Obviously there's a lot of effect on this sound, but I really like it, so I hope you do as well. So there we are, that's what it sounds like. Obviously, if you're using a lot of delay and reverb, it's very unforgiving. If you play something you shouldn't play, it just goes on forever. A lot of the technique with this instrument is the damping off of the strings you don't want to ring. My friend Vic Collins, who used to be with me in the band Tomahawk, and you may know him from the Kurzel Flyers, he's an expert on the pedal steel guitar. I know he's got a lap steel as well, so if he's watching this, he's probably cringing at my playing. I'm going to work harder on this, learn some more tunes, and when I've got something else to show you, I'll come back to you. But there we are, that is the Karl Anderson lap steel. Very fine instrument it is as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and you'll see me in my next one.